An alternative to taking user input from console is to create a separate dialog box for the input. We will see how to do that in this video and take user input for scores from a dialog box and also display grades in a dialog box. I have created a class Dialog utility with a main method. Create an object of the class and call the method showInputBox. We pass the user prompt as parameter to the method. The method calls the static method showInputDialog of the class JOptionPane and supply the user prompt string. JOptionPane class lies in the javax.swing package. When the user enters the input, the method returns the input as a string object. To show a message in a dialog box, we call the showMessageBox method that in turn calls the static method showMessageDialog of JOptionPane class. Supply the message to be displayed. In our example, we are simply displaying a hello message with the input name. Let's run the program. An interesting way to take input and display output. The showInputDialog method starts a user interface thread to handle user input. When the main method reaches the end, that thread is still running and our program won't exit automatically. To force the program to exit, we need to call the exit method of the system class. The parameter of the exit method is the status code of the program. A code of 0 denotes successful completion. Now let's use the Dialog utility to take user input for student scores. We are using a while-true loop. Inside the loop, we open an input box prompting for the score. Since the input is returned as string, we should parse the integer value using integer.parseInt. If someone enters -1, we will display a bye message and exit. Otherwise, we will call the calculateGrade method to return the corresponding grade and display it in a message box. Thus, we saw how to create dialog boxes to take user input and display output.